What's up YouTube, Vape King here, and today I thought I'd do a review on my charger, which is an Xtar MC1, and there's not many videos on YouTube about it, and most of them are in a foreign language, not in English. So I thought I'd do this review on this charger, because this charger for me, which is my preference, works good the way it works for me. Now, different people might like their other chargers that charge the batteries fast and, you know, stuff like that. But for me, my preference, I've been vaping for a long time now. I have 18 650 batteries that I charge on this, and for me, for my preference, it works the way I'd like it to work. So basically, you get your box, which is basically that. That's your box it actually comes in, and in your box you do get this and this in your box. And I did get this charger, I think it's the same company, and puts out the same wattage and stuff that's on the box the same way. So I got these. So like I say, it works for me. Everybody's different, and some things are subjective. Some people like different things, but the way it works for me is perfect. So it doesn't just charge 18 650 batteries. It charges lower, I think 350 onwards to 18 650 and above, because it has this spring-loaded piece here to put your battery in. So like I say, for me it works well for me, and I'll tell you why it works well for me. Okay, it protects your battery. Okay, it doesn't charge it at a higher voltage or a higher ampage or a higher mAh. I don't know which of the three it is. It charges at a really low power source, and for me that is perfect for me, because it keeps my battery safe. I don't have to worry about overcharging, because it has an automatic cutoff at 4.2 volts. When your battery gets to that, it automatically shuts off, the light turns green and it stops charging. So you don't have to worry about overcharging and stuff like that. Now, one of the things that probably people wouldn't like, which is one of the cons, is it takes forever to charge. But for me, it works for me. And the reason why it works for me is, once I've been using a battery all day, because I do have more than one, I do have two, because I have 6 batteries. For me, I can put it on charge at the end of the day, where I normally go to bed around about 11-12 o'clock. Okay, put my battery on charge overnight, and then I normally get up around about 6 o'clock for work and what have you, and it's more or less charged, or just before charged. Okay, now before somebody comments about battery safety, you shouldn't leave them on overnight, I do have a blast bag that I put them in when I do charge them, just in case anything untoward happens. So that's the safety thing. You shouldn't leave them on overnight, but it also depends on which batteries you have, what chemicals they have in there. These are really safe. I highly recommend these batteries. Samsung IMR 25R, which is basically 250 mAh, 3.7 volt battery. These are really good. I've got 6 of these, and like I say, for me it works really well, because it charges at a low current. Okay, it doesn't overcharge your battery, and yeah, one of the cons is, yeah, it takes forever to charge, up to 6 to 7 hours depending on where your battery voltage is at the time. But for me it's around about 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours for me. But it works really well for me, my preference. I mean, I have friends that like the ones that charge your battery within 3 hours, which it's alright, but I've got plenty of batteries already charged. I can wait. I've got 2 chargers, so I can put 2 batteries on at a time. And the reason why I have two separate ones of these rather than a double deck one is because double decks, your power gets halved when you've got two batteries in, and then your current is much lower, and then obviously it's going to take longer to charge. But if I've got two of these single decks which push out 500 mar, I think it is, or amps, or volts. It won't be volts, mar or amps at a time. So I can put two batteries on with two separate ones of these in different plugs, okay, and they'll charge at the same time, and it won't take longer because I'm having to put two batteries in one deck. So that's good for me. Like I say, charging time really doesn't bother me. Like I say, I put it on before I go to bed, stick it in my blast bag, and by morning it's either just charged or still needs a bit more charge. But after I've had a wash and everything, it's charged, it's ready for me to go. So that really isn't a problem, the charging time for me. It is really, really good. I mean, it's got good battery safety on it. So if you put it in reverse, you know, nothing comes on. And if you don't put it in right, it won't charge. Simple as. So the best way to use this is to not have it plugged in. Stick your battery in and then plug your micro USB there. So as you can see there, look, it even says there. Get my camera to focus. Slightly better. Okay, it's got 5 volts and 0.05 A probably for amps. So like I say, for me it's perfect. Like I say, it's good for beginners. I'm not a beginner, but it's practical for me the way I like it. It's practical for me. Because I'm always working all the time and stuff, I don't want a battery to be charging in 3 hours and I'm not around. And some chargers as well don't cut off when the battery reaches 4.2 volts. You know, it carries on charging, which is unsafe as well. That's when you're going to have problems with your battery exploding or venting or whatever it will do on the charger. So for me, the safety features are there. Charging time isn't bad for me. It's subjective to other people. I apologise if you can hear screaming in the background. I've got kids in the garden, so I apologise if you can hear screaming kids. So anyway, like I was saying, it's good for me. I mean, subjectively, people might not like the charging time, but for me, I've got a blast bag that I can put them in overnight around about 11-12 o'clock, and then when I get up at 6 o'clock, it's more or less charged, or it just needs just slightly longer. But like I say, for me, it works really well for me. I've got two of them, so I don't have to worry about the power being halved when you've got two batteries in. I've got two separate ones which will have the same current, and then which will charge in 5 to 7 hours. Okay, so if you've got a double deck one, it's going to take even longer, especially if you haven't got one of those high power source chargers as well. But like I say, for me, it's perfect for me. I like it. So I thought I'd just do this quick sort of like video / review on this charger, because there's not many in English on YouTube. Most of them are in foreign French languages, and if you're English and you don't speak French, you're not going to understand it. So good thing about it is it's portable. It's got USB, so you can connect it to a car charger or a computer. I mean, my radio in my car has a USB port which supplies power, and you know, I just stick it in my radio and charge my batteries if I'm on a long trip or whatever, which is brilliant. And then also you get this as well in the box, which is a little carrying case to keep this and your wires safe and in one place when you're not using it. So like I say, it's just I don't know if it's a short video. It's been fairly long video, I think about 10 minutes, but I just thought I'd give my opinion on it. And give you some pros and cons. The only con, like I say, that I find, which is subjective with other people, it's fine for me, is the charging time, but it doesn't bother me. But for safety and overcharge and it cutting off when your battery reaches that 4.2 volts, perfect. It's absolutely brilliant. So like I said, I just wanted to do this quick sort of talk and review on this item, and just bring it to you, and then don't have to worry about trying to figure out what people are saying that are doing these reviews in French. So like I say, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You could win something. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to comment, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and stay tuned for my other normal unboxing, vape mails and reviews on mods, tanks that I receive through drip tips, and you know, other things like that. So stay tuned. It won't be long before I do another review on something that I've got or something that's come in. So like I say, stay tuned, and thank you for watching.